So today I'm going to be showing you how to build an auto sorter for Bedrock Edition. It's going to look something like this. This is the redstone, pretty simple. Then you just have your storage system and then the loader bit up here. Now this system will work however long it is, so it can go however long you want it to be that way and however long you want it to be that way. It will just take longer to sort because obviously the hoppers have to transport more items all the way to the other end. So basically how this works is you're going to put your items in here that you want to be sorted. It's going to be all sorted through, and then any items that can't be sorted are going to end up in this chest. So for this one, the example that I've just made, it can sort oak planks, spruce planks, smooth stone, bamboo mosaic, and some crimson planks. So what I'm going to do is I'll just get some oak planks, some crimson planks, and I'll get some pale oak planks. And we're just going to chuck them all into this chest. Now, so the ones in here that can be sorted are the oak and crimson, because obviously, well, they have been assigned a chest with these hoppers here. And they're going to go on through, but there isn't a chest assigned to pale oak planks. So they should all end up in this end rubbish chest, if it works, which hopefully it will. Right, so it's worked its way onto the crimson planks now. So we'll just wait till this has gone through. Alright, so now it's done, and the chest is empty, as you just saw. All the oak planks should be in this chest. Yep, I put a stack in. All the crimson planks, whichever chest it is this one, should have a stack in. And then all the pale oak planks, which didn't have a chest assigned to them, will end up in this chest, like so. So that's how this thing works, and let's just get straight into the tutorial. So the first step for building this is to build where we want our chests to be. So I'm going to build my chests like, well, here, and we can make them double chests with this. So I'm just going to make them, say, 3 chests high, like the other one, and then I'll bring them 3 out, like so. So now we have just a 3x3 like section of chest like this. Now we're going to start letting the items into it. So to do that, we're going to need to put hoppers into each of the back of these chests, so they're all going into the chest. And how you can tell that is the little nozzle on the bottom of this hopper is facing towards the chest, like it is here. So at the moment it's going to look like this. Now we're going to add another layer of hoppers going down into it like so. And we're going to get some whatever block you want, as long as it's a solid block, because it has to be a solid block. So not glass, for example, can be placed here. And again, like I said earlier, it can be however long you want. You're just going to have to repeat this process over and over and over again. Now we're going to go out 2 more rows like this. So now we have a 3x3 section. We're going to go down 1 block and then down another block like so. We're also going to then come across a block, so there's a gap here, and just place some blocks like that. So now we have like a section of blocks that looks like this. Now we're going to head into the redstone. So first we're going to get our redstone torches out, and we're going to place them on the side of each of these blocks, like so. Again, for however long you need it to be. Now we're going to come over here, and these blocks here, these 3, we're going to break. There should be a block at the bottom. We're just going to add a repeater facing into the block with the redstone torch on each of those blocks, and then we can cover this back up. Now we're going to get some redstone on these 3 bottom blocks, these 3, and these 3. So it's going to look like this. And oops, we're going to get our comparators, and we're going to get comparators facing into the redstone like this. So it should all look like this for the moment. Now we're going to go into some more hopper work. So we're going to get a hopper facing into each of these comparators. So what we have to do here is to make sure they don't go into negative mode like this, which is when this little piece on the end of it is lit up. So we want it to stay off. So to do that, we're just going to say crouched, and we're going to place a hopper facing into each of these comparators, like so. So again, it's going to look like this little nozzle here is going into the block where the comparator is, like so. Now we're going to make the loader system. So at the moment, I'm just going to get a block on the end of it, like so I can place my hoppers into it. So I'm just going to make a row of hoppers going across like that. And I can replace this end block with a chest, which is going to be our rubbish chest. And we're going to place a chest on top of here, which is going to be our entry chest. So we're going to put our items in here. We're going to sort through, and if they don't get sorted, they're going to end up in this chest here. Now we are going to do the sorting bit. So I have my items I want to sort here. I have diamonds, emeralds, and netherite. And this iron is going to be the one that's going to end up in the rubbish chest because it hasn't been assigned their chests. I also have some dirt just as a filler block you can need. This can be any block you want. So I'm going to come down to the hoppers that are facing into the comparators. We're going to go to our first one. We're going to open it, and in the last 4 spots, it has to be the last 4, it can't be the first 4, otherwise it won't work. With your filler block, you can just put 1 in each of those, like so. So now you have 4 just random filler blocks, and we're going to put our first item that we want to sort into this block. So for the first chest, I want to sort diamonds. I'm going to put diamonds in here, and you should see the diamonds should start filtering out. And as we wait for that to happen, we're going to do the same with the others. So we're going to come into the next hopper, place in the last 4 slots some filler blocks, and the item that we want to sort, so in this case emeralds, in the remaining slot, and that should start emptying. Now we're going to go to the last one, do the last thing, so we're going to place our 4 filler blocks in the last 4 spots, and our last item we want to sort, for this case, is going to be netherite ingots, in this place, and it should start emptying, like so. And also by the time you've done that, all the comparators should be lit up. And also, if we come to this very bottom chest, because this one was selected as diamonds, 23, it has to be 23 here, of the item that you want to sort into this chest, is going to be in this chest. So I'm going to take these out. In this one, which has been assigned to emeralds, there should be 23 emeralds. Yep. And in this one, which has been assigned to netherite ingots, should be 23 netherite ingots. Yes. And it should work. Now, and just to let you know, once these bottom chests have been filled, so if this chest is completely filled with diamonds, not even 1 spot left, then this hopper will fill up. Once that's filled up, then it should start going into this chest. Once that's filled up, this hopper, and then once that's filled up, this chest. Once this is filled up, the hopper, and so on until you've reached the very last chest. And once you reach the very last chest, it will just stop working because all the items will be forced to stay in this hopper. So just be wary of that. And if you think there's no items more coming into this chest or into this chest, it will be flowing into these hoppers. So once you take some out of these, it'll go back into this chest, like so, just to let you know. So now we can get into testing. So to test this, I'm going to use the items that we had left, so our diamonds, our emeralds, and our netherite. This can be any amount of the diamonds, or emeralds, or netherite, or whatever you're sorting. It can be any amount of them. It just has to be the right, obviously, item. And then I have our iron here, which is going to be the one that is going to test going into the recycling bin, because there isn't a chest assigned to this. So first thing we're going to do is in our entry chest, we're just going to chuck all of our materials into the chest, like so, and they should start to empty out. Sorry, I can't speak today. And over time, they should start going into here. Yep, the diamonds are in, the emeralds are going in. So far there's nothing in the netherite chest because it hasn't reached there yet. So, yep, now there's 23 emeralds in the emerald chests. And now the netherite's going to start loading. Once the netherite's done, which it is now, you should start to see that the iron has come into this chest, because there isn't any chest for it. And if there obviously was iron, there was a chest to sort iron, it wouldn't go into this chest, it'd go into the chest that was assigned to iron. So that's how it works. So I hope you enjoyed this video and it was helpful to you. And just to remember, or just to remind you, sorry, that when I hit 100 subscribers, I do have something that I've been working on that I want to show you. So remember that, and like and subscribe, and share this channel with any friends if you have. Well, of course you're going to have any if you can. And yeah, I think I'm done. I shall see you in the next one.